Hello. I'm not going to make this one too long. It's just going to be in the format of a question. And this is specifically to people in traditionally known Islamic societies, primarily thinking of Western countries, who have decided to convert to Islam or become Muslims. Let me just prefix this by saying it's your right. I don't question that. I mean, you're right to do so. For whatever reason you've decided that it's the right thing in your life to follow Islam. Now, I consider Islam one of the world's major religions, and there's obviously something in that. It's followed by many millions of people, so I'm not going to just dismiss it outright. But I want to ask a simple question, and I would appreciate if you give honest answers. So, this is a question not for people, like I say, who live in traditionally Islamic majority countries, such as Pakistan, Iran, and so on. I'm talking specifically here to people from Judeo Christian or atheist societies that have found, for whatever reason in their life, they want to, or I could also extend that to majority Buddhist or Hindu societies, whatever the case might be. Let's say you've grown up agnostic or atheist or even a Christian, um, and you've decided to become a Muslim. And the question is this: in your opinion, what should the attitude be to those who criticize or offend Islam as you see it? What should the penalty be in society, in the society that you live in? I'm thinking here of British converts, French converts, Danish converts, Australian converts, whatever the case may be. If you come across people in society that criticize Islam or offend Islam, for example, they say Islam's a violent religion, they say negative things about the Prophet Muhammad. What, in your opinion, should the penalty be, if any? Um, I'd like an honest answer. Please don't beat around the bush. I want a direct, honest answer because I've direct asked a direct question. Now, you might question, why am I asking this? I ask it because, in my experience, from what I've seen, and I've seen lots of videos of converts, a common trope is they tend to be motivated by this idea that Islam is victimized, that there's a negative perception. They very, very much endorse the Islamophobia narrative, which I've been quite upfront about. I reject it. I think it's a way to silence legitimate debate and criticism. I think it's very different criticizing Islam versus hating Muslims. I don't hate Muslims. I think that would be ridiculous. And I've actually been very outspoken against the persecution of Muslims, most notably in the case of what China is doing to the Uyghur people, the Uyghur Muslims in Xinjiang, which shamefully, by the way, Islamic countries are silent about for the most part. But anyway, that's something I've noticed. A lot of converts very much buy into this idea that Islam is somehow picked on in Western societies, which I think is pretty absurd. I'm not going to lie. I think it's pretty absurd when you consider just how much minorities get persecuted in Islamic countries. I don't think there's any comparison. I don't think there's any comparison between some ignorant people saying that all Muslims are terrorists versus actual widespread persecution of Christians and atheists in Islamic lands. It's a fact. In a country like Pakistan, for example, um, blasphemy laws are disproportionately used against minorities. And there is real speculation that they're used to to silence dissent. Um, so anyway, I'll round this up, but I want to know, and I want honesty. I don't want any counter questions. I don't want any um, deflecting from the issue. I've asked a direct question, and I'd appreciate direct answers. If you're a convert, or if you don't like that expression, if you've become a Muslim and you're from a traditionally non-Muslim background, I don't want a long lecture on why you became a Muslim. I just like a simple answer, please, or as simple as possible. Do you think there should be freedom to criticize Islam? If yes, good. If no, why not? And if your answer is no, then I sincerely ask, why do you opt to stay in Western societies where you know there is a plurality of opinions, including some that are very critical of Islam? I mean, if your position is that you feel very angered and sensitive about the criticism of Islam, wouldn't you be more comfortable in an Islamic majority country? And I ask this in all sincerity. I'm not saying you have to go. I'm asking it as a sincere question. So just put it out there. By the way, anyone that wants to call me names, you're wasting your time. I'm not a fool, and you know, that sort of language doesn't work with me. It won't silence me, and it just won't work. Um, so yeah, I genuinely would like to know, because I've seen this attitude from a lot. I mean, these conversion videos talk about the beauty of Islam, and very often I've noticed a trope with these videos is that people come from backgrounds where maybe they were quite far right, maybe they hated Muslims, and then they suddenly become Muslims. To me, that's two extremes. But anyway, that's my question. If you're a convert, I'm not talking about if you've been a Muslim your whole life. I'm talking about if you are a convert, what's your attitude to those who criticize Islam or those who offend Islam? And I am well aware that often the two are conflated. I think they're different, actually, but a lot of people in the Islamic world don't see a difference. Do you see a difference? Do you recognize a difference between criticism of Islam and hating Muslims? And what do you think the penalty should be? Or do you maybe think, no, it's freedom of speech, they can criticize Islam? I'm yet to see that. I'm yet to see a convert accept that. And needless to say, this won't be monetized. The YouTube is very politically correct about these issues, but there you have it.